Okay, we just finished up talking about basic communications, because when you are traveling, you're getting home, in any type of a situation where things go crazy, if you've got someone to talk to at home, they should have also the same radio set up as you. And you should already have a protocol in place. Your protocol should be written in your writing the rain style notepad. Okay, you should have that protocol in place and try to make contact as you're moving home. Everything is when you're on a handheld. If you're not a regular ham radio operator and you're not conversant with that's funny, right? Conversant, and you are not familiar with using the towers, right? To take your message to the tower and then repeat it down the line. We're not going to get into all that. Okay. You're going to have a finite sphere around you of transmitting and receiving range. Okay, that's going to be finite. So the closer you get home, the better that you'll be able to talk to somebody. Now, we're gonna talk about other stuff besides just a handheld radio later. Okay, that's gonna be another module here to talk about. So, because I don't like to make everything too big and too overwhelming. So this little communications module here, it basically concerns a handheld ham radio for a post-apocalyptic situation. And we'll talk about other extraneous things later. That'll be at the end. This is still going to take quite a few more videos, so I hope that you are following along. If you haven't followed along, you need to start from the intro video and go from there. Every single video. There are part A and part B's to some videos. Now, I've burned about 5 minutes of my time here, but the next module here is going to be somewhat short. It's on NBC. CBRN is the modern term. NBC is nuclear, biological, and chemical situation. And nowadays they call it chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. So, yeah. So you got the N here, the B. They just moved those letters around, right? And then they threw in radiological for fun. So, let's make up a new acronym. We haven't had one in 100 years. We need to make up a new acronym. So, what do you need? They drop an ICBM on your favorite big city, and you live 100 miles away. Or maybe you live 25 miles away, right? Or maybe you traveled to within 25 miles of that big city. Or maybe you are 10 miles outside. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure that you would make it. You know, I've never been within 10 miles of a nuclear strike. So, I remember all the videos from way back when. I remember they were showing the tests. they were showing these fake towns in the videos, and they would drop it. I think it was in New Mexico, Los Alamos. They dropped the bomb or detonated the bomb, and you could just see this wave, and then just everything flattening. You know, it's crazy. You're not surviving. You know, you got a one-way ticket out in a millisecond. But in your get-home bag, you should have a poncho and some gloves. You should have stuff to cover up, okay? Not everybody's going to be running around with charcoal infused trousers and jackets and all that. You know, nobody in a get-home bag. You're not going to have all that stuff. You're just going to have to trust to covering up the best you can, and then you're going to have to dispose of that poncho and what have you when you get home. Okay, it's going to have to be isolated, and you got to get rid of it if there is fallout filtering down, right? Now, I'm not an expert on nuclear, biological, chemical. I'm pulling this stuff out of the back of my memory banks from a long time ago. Things could have changed as well. So the thing is that you want a mask, a proper mask, okay? The Israeli military M15, for example, it's a military mask, right? And their filters over there, they have two types of filters. They have, actually it looks kind of like this Svea alcohol burner, you know, in shape. But anyways, they've got one that screws onto the mask about, you know, yay thick, and then they've got the thicker one, the big one. They call that the I think they call that their Special Forces filter. Now, that's just a name, and I think that the thinner one is your average 4 hours, something like that. The thicker one's around 12 hours. So you need a mask and you need proper filters. If you're going to be in that mask any length of time, you're going to need a way to drink water. Okay, so you can plug into the mask, hold the canteen up, and suck water through a straw inside. Okay, so there's apparatuses to do that. So think about that. You're going to obviously want some coverage. You may want to invest in a detection device that will detect, you know, gamma radiation. And also a dosimeter, right? So how much exposure have you had? You might want to invest in that. And again, you want to keep all of these things together in your get-home bag. And of course, you want the potassium iodide, right? So iodate, the little tablets, you want that. I think it's a 2-week supply in one pack, if I remember right. The ones on the market right now are shelf stable to around 20-30 something. So whatever you get in the mail should be okay for right now. So being that you are on foot and you're going home, okay, going home, you can only have so much stuff. So you have to, this is pretty much it. Just pare it down to what you need to cover up, and if it was, you're getting your information from your communications, right? You got a little AM FM ham radio, shortwave radio, and you got your ham radio. So you heard that a certain nation struck one of our major cities with nuclear, and also you got to think about windage. Which way is the wind blowing? Is the wind blowing towards you from that strike, or is it blowing the other way? You have to think about, well, am I in danger of exposure at this particular point? If there's any question that you might be in danger of exposure, go ahead and put the stuff on. But remember, you're going to be hot, right? And take the tablets. Take the tablets. Okay, as it says on the package. Okay, and then hopefully you'll get home without any serious situation, any more serious situation than that. I mean, there's not much that can be said about a nuclear strike other than it's going to be bad. And it'll be bad for the people that did it too, because it will eventually reach them. Because if somebody's lobbing a nuke, somebody else is going to be lobbing a nuke. It's going to be bad. So nobody wins. Remember the old TV series the old movie War Games? There you go. There's no winner. No winner. How about a nice game of chess, right? So we talk about nuclear stuff. It's just not a good thing. When I was young, they would have us do these stupid drills. Hide under your desk in school and go into a hallway and face a concrete block wall and cover your head with your hands. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. That was just to keep kids busy, really, is what that was. So, keep kids busy till they're obliterated, in a millisecond. They'll just all go back to Jesus. It'll be over. So, that's the end of that segment. That little module is done. If you have questions, you're more than welcome to send me an email. I used to have a book on NBC from the military, but I don't know what happened to it. I've lost a lot of things over the years. I don't think I can answer much of any of your questions, to be honest with you, about nuclear stuff that we're talking about. These are just basic things. But I do remember that it was 18 inches of soil that you have to remove if you're going to garden, right? So if there's been nuclear fallout, you have to remove at least 18 inches of topsoil before it's safe. I got about 30 seconds, so about 18 inches of topsoil there. And I'm thinking it's several days. If you're in a shelter, I'm thinking it's just several days you'll be okay to come outside. For a short period. But don't take my word on that. Go get an official military manual on that and read up on it.